It's a perfect day on the train today as we start our trip on board Austrian Airlines for the very first time. Let's have some fun. Welcome to Stockholm International Airport, my home base for the last few days during my time in Norway. Today, we are hopping on a short trip over to Vienna as I make my way home to Boise. Our aircraft today is just arriving, registration OE-LBQ, a 26.5-year-old Airbus A320, still featuring the old Austrian Airlines livery. Austrian currently has 29 A320ceos and 5 A320neos, making for a total fleet of 34 Airbus A320s. The airline also has a mixture of A321s, E195s, 777s, 67s, and 787s, bringing their total fleet count to around 67 aircraft. Based in Vienna, the airline serves under the Lufthansa Group, which is a big reason I was able to book this flight to begin with. As we get on board the aircraft, the seating is arranged in a 3-3 configuration with 180 seats. I will be sitting in the standard economy section. My seat today offers 29 inches of pitch, 18 inches of width, and 3 inches of recline. The seat back features a net storage space with a piece of trash in it, alongside some reading materials, including the usual safety card with fun pictures on it, as well as an additional safety card with written information on it. The seat also has an in-flight menu, of which, for the most part, was also available online. Here at Legitimate Aviation, I fly places and make videos so that you can have a good idea of what on earth you are getting yourself into the next time you fly. If you like what you are seeing, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so that you never have to miss an upload again. I also have channel memberships, which, for just a few dollars a month, you can get stuff like early access, behind the scenes, exclusive content, and have a say in the future of the channel.
This also applies when the seatbelt signs.
Moving away from the gate, the crew went through the safety presentation as is required by law, and I've gotta say, I was entirely focused on this incredible red wingtip. I don't know if it's the cold surroundings that make it stand out, or if I'm insane, or maybe a bit of both, but this made me very happy.
Mask before assisting children and other passengers. A life vest is located under your seat. Upon order from the crew, take the life vest out, open the pouch, and pull the life vest over your head. Upon leaving the aircraft through the emergency exit, pull the red tag to inflate the vest.
It's a fairly average taxi over to the runway, taking less than 10 minutes from the moment we started moving away from our pushback. Like all good things, my time in Stockholm is over, and I really have no idea if or when I will ever be back. But as the airplane must push forward, so must I as we rocket over to Vienna, another place I'll be visiting for the very first time. The crew came around with some drinks, of which I chose water, a pretty minimal service compared to the equivalent airlines in the US. While I enjoy my water, I decided to get a closer look at the wing hook used for emergency rafts. It always makes me think of McDonald's. Something about the color red just makes everything better. A little peek at the cabin mid-flight. Overall, a fairly vibrant flight. The crew came around with chocolate for all. Nothing extraordinary, but still a nice touch. As we get closer to Vienna, it's becoming clear that my time in Vienna is not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. But before we worry about that, let's go over the LegitScore. The seat was modestly comfortable, not as bad as Frontier, but not great. No amenities, not even a proper headrest. The entertainment was fine, Wi-Fi was available, but for a price, and a price I was not willing to pay. At least they had it though. The service on board was average, nothing special. The ground service was also pretty average. However, when it came to rebooking my flight after a weather cancellation, the first agent seemed to have little knowledge or motivation to help me. The second one, that I waited 7 hours for, was actually extremely helpful. Unfortunately, during that 7-hour waiting period to fix my reservation, there was a third agent trying to convince me it was hopeless and to come back the next day, which was extremely unnecessary seeing from the fact that I received the most help out of all the agents who assisted me on this trip after waiting those hours. So, in the end, the service was a mixed bag of emotions. The value was good. I got the flight as a part of a round trip booked via United. Full routing is on the screen, and cost about $750 after everything. I was happy with the price, and it was nearly the cheapest option too. Only downside was that I only got about 1,500 points for the entire booking. And cleanliness. I do think it's insane to miss a piece of trash inside a see-through net. Feels lazy to me. Overall, a 29 out of 45 or a 64.4%. Not a great first impression.
Austrian flight. Finally, we'd like to wish you a pleasant remaining evening and a good onward journey. Thank you, servus, and goodbye.
Welcome to Vienna, the only place I've experienced a total airport shutdown, and my destination for today's video. My flight today was uneventful. Unfortunately, Austrian got caught in easily the worst reservation issue I've ever had. This happening right after this flight, and because of the lackluster product and overall service, it's hard for me to recommend this to others. Some of it is because of the weather cancellations and airport shutdown that will happen the next morning, where my Austrian Airlines connection is canceled and rebooked 3 times, inevitably putting me on a completely different airline. Weather is not the airline's fault, but the inability to work with passengers like me is. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to like and subscribe, and join me next time on another episode of Burning Miles. Until then, thanks for watching.
To the crew, this stop flight.